All right, we're live. First off, before we say anything, I would like to apologize for all of the noises you guys are going to hear in the background because I got some semi-drunk people on my couch, and that's going to be fucking interesting.
Don't lie, we're not drunk.
Okay, semi. That's why I said semi-drunk.
Not even close.
Not even close. And we got Brucey there. How you doing, Bruce? Mostly, how you doing, Mike?
I'm well, Thomas. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty okay. I got some friends over. We're having a little bit of a bottle share. We are on our third or fourth beer? Third beer. Just ordered some food, and we're having fun. So, yeah.
What kind of glass is that?
This is a by a I think it's a Dutch brand, I think it's a Dutch brand called Royal Leerdam. And this is a specially designed beer tasting glass that holds 25 centiliters. So usually it's great for these little, basically like half a pint, give or take. It's
I have a very
similar.
I have a very similar glass. That's why I asked. I don't know what it is. I got
like
it from Hot Butcher. I ordered it.
They're perfect for bottle shares because if you got like big bottles or whatever, you could just share small portions. Oh yeah, somebody's having fun. Like I said, this is going to happen in the background. You're going to hear people laughing.
That's right. Life happens.
Cool. Yeah.
Life happens.
Life happens. So we got Renee chiming in. Hi boys. We got Crazy Beer to Beer Reviews. Joe saying cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Usually the first question I ask you, where do you want to start? The highs or the lows?
Let's start with the highs this time. I kind of want to make the lows a little bit more of the topic of conversation today.
Sounds fucking good to me. So it's your show. Let's start with the highs. Let's go for it.
I mean, I'm roughly 10, 12 pounds lighter than when we started. That's pretty good.
Dutch weight would be 5 to 6 kilos for those who don't know what.
And I have a fitness tracker on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I messaged you this earlier.
Yeah, you did.
This is currently what it looks like for me. If you see on like January 1st, there's like a.
Let me just put you in solo layout for a second, so people can really see.
Oh, it's hard for me to see this way. You can see all the circles are completed every day, right through up to today, because today's not over yet, except for January 1st.
And this is for your fitness regime or for your food?
This is my fitness tracker as far as like my movements, my standing per day.
Keep going, Mike. Keep going.
Sorry, exercise, overall movement. It's a few different things that gets tracked on the on my iPhone, but through my watch.
So basically, you have been doing pretty fucking well.
Yeah, I mean, as I did mention to you, it's not I don't have like like out of control goals. They're pretty small. They're pretty low.
Yeah, but it's better to start lower than,
Yeah, I also never. I mean, I set this up a couple of years ago and just never. It was just something to get my phone to stop asking me questions. I just hit enter just to get through it. But I mean, right now, like if I go through, because this does track like anything that I record as working out or whatever, it does track all of it, and it tells me every single day. I mean, like I can go back and check everything as far as like.
Well, that's good.
Sorry, this is not on the screen, but like I can see like what I did for move calories, workout time, stand time per day. It's pretty good, but it only works while I have my watch on. So if I like forget it at home, then get nothing.
I mean, just you said something like keeping your goals low, but you have been working out. Like you have been done. There have been days where you did 2 workout sessions a day.
Sometimes 3.
Sometimes 3. There you go. 3 times a day, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first.
Yeah, but I generally the extra ones come when I eat really poorly. It's like penance,
Okay, let's go into that. Let's go into the penance thing. Let's go talk about some of your exercises were because you felt you had to make up for something.
Yes. By the way, it's unhealthy to do that, but I like I'm not going to get into like literally what happened because it's not.
You don't have to
really-
go though.
Yeah, but me and my wife had a really, 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 really bad day a few days ago, and I don't know if this exists where you are, but a popular fast food chain around here is Wendy's, and they have I mean it's like a McDonald's or Burger King type of a place. And my wife,
I've heard
for
of
all of her foodiness and her her chefery, so to speak, fucking loves Wendy's for whatever reason.
From what I've heard, Wendy's is pretty darn good, right?
Yeah, it's fast food. It's all fast food. It's all the same to me.
This is good.
But
Wendy's is good.
but I grabbed some on the way home because I mean there's a really to explain how bad it was would be fucking wouldn't even cover it. But I grabbed some Wendy's for us on the way home, and we ate like depressed little pigs. We ate a lot of fast food that day.
So
and
you
I'd already-
chose to have some comfort in your life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's also just it's no different than I guess if you're having a bad day and you need to have a beer. You know what I mean? So it's not a good thing. You know, you shouldn't take comfort in poison, I guess, but it shouldn't be shamed. It's life. You fall down, you stumble, you fuck up. But at the same time, I finished all my workout goals that day,
There you go.
and then I still went downstairs and did another one.
See,
I felt
I mean,
bad.
doing penance, you can see it as doing penance. I would say it's just you doing the best that you can, and I think that's just a very good thing. There's nothing wrong with saying to yourself, I need to do a little bit of extra workout, or having like when it comes to your food, like having a balanced day. Like if you know today I'm pigging out, like we're having cheese and olives and charcuterie, and we're having everything here, and we're having takeout, we're having way back burgers. Tomorrow I'm going to keep it very lean. And
you actually have way back out there?
yeah, currently it turns out that I have a way back burgers like a few kilometers away from me, like in the town.
Fuck, I love that place. That place is awesome.
Yeah, that's where I ordered food. I know, you
nice.
told me. That's why it was on your recommendation. I figured, like, we should try this. I'm having way back burgers, dude. Go fuck it out. Like, that's on you, dude. That's on you. But tomorrow I will go, like, I'm going to have a very lean soup. I'm not going to drink any beer. Well, I'm going to try not drink any beer. I have a day off. I might do a review. But, keep it lean. Cutting down on the calories, cutting down on the carbs. Can you still hear me properly?
Oh, yeah.
Good. So we're just taking it easy, and that's just one day a week. So you had a pig out day, and there's nothing wrong with having that every now and then. Even if you have that once a week, but the rest of the week you can say, I'll have one very well balanced day where I'm just going to take it very easy. The rest of the day, maybe tomorrow before you do the balanced day, and then the day after that you're going to have a meat-free day. Cut down on some fats. Don't eat like no meats. Don't eat any cheeses or anything. Cut down on fats and balance everything out a little bit.
I do have a question though, Thomas. Can you translate this?
Oh, Douglas was supposed to be here today, but he couldn't make it because he couldn't get the day off. And he said, Deshang, we miss you. We have been put on the penance bench by Thomas.
Fair enough.
Basically, they're on the what's it called with hockey, with ice hockey, when you get put in the
penalty box.
Yeah, you guys are in the penalty box. That's where you are. Oh, that's how it's translated. You're in the penalty box. They're on the couch. You guys don't want to know what happened on that couch.
Ew.
Ew.
Thomas cried there a lot. That's what happened.
He said Thomas cried there a lot. That's what happened. That's it.
Yeah, of dirty pictures.
Oh, no solo stuff. Don't worry.
Great.
It doesn't matter.
Everybody's freaking out there. No, but stuff like that, So before we went online, we were talking about food. We were talking about chili, right? And I mentioned you can have a vegan chili. You can have all the flavors. You can use things like smoked paprika or some liquid smoke to get that sort of barbecue flavor going on. But add legumes, add lots of vegetables in there. There you go. You'll still have a tasty meal, but you're cutting down on fats and carbs. So I think that in the way you did it, so you were talking about penance. it's not so much penance. It's like telling yourself, okay, I enjoyed myself, but I also want to do something extra to make sure I still
Yeah.
balance it out again.
Yeah, and even yesterday, we had what the fast food. I guess it was sort of fast food. We had mall food court food, but it was a Thai place. It was really really good. Like rice and chicken and stuff. It was fucking great, but it certainly wasn't good. Certainly wasn't good for me. But it was
Sounds
delicious.
delicious, though. It sounds delicious.
Yeah.
But getting back to it, you want to talk. You wanted to have today to be a bit about. If they're getting too rowdy, let me know. Okay.
Okay.
Is it
Honestly, it doesn't bother me. It bothers the.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. But if everybody is
let's
okay with
see if
it,
it bothers the listeners if they can't understand us and stuff. That's all.
they are the listeners.
Oh, that's fair.
That's like, oh, we got oh, holy shit, we got 7 people watching. I wasn't even aware. Damn, guys, thank you. That's awesome. I really wanted to mention that, by the way, and point that out. Like, we got a lot of people chiming in every week for this. People actually ask me, hey, where were you last week?
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, last week was, can't do it every week. I'm hoping to do it every week, but it happens.
So do I. But sometimes things happen. But anyway, talking about that's where you wanted to make sure that what you're doing is like a journey, and on the road to places, whether it be physically, mentally, literally traveling, whatever, you're gonna have roadblocks.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're gonna get derailed.
Yeah, it's been pretty. Honestly, it's getting harder in some respects. I think my body's going into sort of a little bit of a panic where like I start to where I cannot lose the thought of like certain food. I just I just can't get out of my head whether it's like carby type shit, bread, and like I can't rid it of my mind. Oh, I can't. I cannot even do it. It's just becomes like obsessive, and it's horrible. And like there are times where I'll go to bed early just so I can just
get the thing. Yeah. Oh, but that was my hand. It's a blast here. We should definitely have one of these bottle shares together at some point. But yeah, that's the thing. You get to the point where you know what you're doing it for, and you're doing it pretty fucking well, but you're missing out on things, and you're really starting to have some cravings.
Oh, brutal! It's brutal.
It sucks.
Like I had just a little while ago. I had a little like a protein bar thing, just because I haven't had my breakfast or whatever, and like I was like my body was like when I sat down here like maybe 25 minutes ago, it was just like I could hear like just making these horrible noises in my gut. And I needed something besides just like going to the cupboard and getting a big bag of chips. It was.
And there's going to come a point where you're like a few months in, and you really this is the first hurdle. Okay, now you're going to get over that, and you're going to realize I can do it. And you're going to really cut down on fast food, chips, and whatever for like a couple of months.
Yeah, we'll see.
You can do it. I know you can do it. This is what's going to happen, because what's going to happen is like you're 6 months in, and then you're like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's have some takeout. Let's have some junk food. And let's really have something bad. First of all, you're not going to be able to finish it. Second of all, you have no idea what's going to happen to your stomach and your digestive tract in the hours following, and it's going to be brutal and horrendous.
Yeah, we'll see. I think
I
think my body has experience with this type of shit.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, I mean even I used to spend a lot of time at sea when I was in the Navy, and after a couple months, we like if we were away and we end up in like Singapore or Guam or whatever that we ended up, it was like riding a bike. That food goes down easy anyway.
I used to hear, I don't know if it's true, but I was always told that in the Navy, you get some of the best food in the American Army in the Navy. Is that true?
No. Oh, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I don't think the food was very good. And yeah, I mean, they said, because I was on submarines, you hear all the time that submarines had the best food, but I mean,
yeah, that's what I always heard.
But if we had the best food, I wouldn't know what the fuck everyone else was eating.
I'm counting submarines on the Navy, but yeah, because you get like shipped out and you're on a boat for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and like food is like morale.
Oh yeah. But,
so that's why they always heard that like these two are like children, man. If you guys want more food, it's right over here. You know that, right?
Yeah, you've got the best place.
Yeah, come over, get some. That's fine. You can get into screen and just get some stuff. That's what I always heard, and that like food is a comfort thing, and you feel better if you have the good food. So
yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I thought the food was adequate. I don't know. I mean, I had very little experience outside of what I did. I never really. I didn't serve time on anywhere else. But I do know like the kitchens on shore in most submarine bases was pretty bad. Although in Bangor, Washington, that's a submarine base there, and the food there was, at least on shore, was like awesome.
True.
But I don't know. I thought the food underway was fine sometimes. At the end of like a long underway, you end up with like rice and beans and shit. It's like nothing.
Yeah, but that's all you have. Like that's all the canned stuff and the canned goods.
Yeah.
So okay, somebody's helping himself to some snack foods. Talking about the food, so you had a few. You had 1 or 2 moments where you derailed a little bit in your point of view. I'm like, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
How is food on a day-to-day basis? How is that working out for you right now?
I don't know. I actually haven't been a whole lot. I've been doing one like meal replacement shake for breakfast. It's not an idea of like I'm not trying to replace it. I just don't eat breakfast a lot. I'm trying to get my metabolism to like recognize like. I want to get my after I've had a morning workout. I want to get something in my body rather than just gnawing at me. So it's generally what I have for breakfast. And then I just kind of sometimes just do a really late lunch, even if it's a big one, and that's it. If I can, I do like a smaller lunch, and then like a dinner. But some days I only do the 2.
So how about the? Sorry, yeah.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to ask about the dinner because dinner is one thing that you were a bit worried about because your wife is a very good cook and you guys eat rice a lot and you were worried a little bit about the carbs and the portion control, and how's that working out so far?
Yeah, I haven't had that much rice. I mean, I had rice. I guess I had rice yesterday, but not daily. Not in a couple weeks now. When did I have rice last? Besides yesterday, not too much. Even my brother made something the other day. It's called like baba, which is a it's kind of like congee. It's like a rice porridge, but it's more like it's Cambodian style. It's called baba, and but he loves it, and my wife likes it too. So they've had a lot, but I haven't had any, and it smells really good when they make it. It smells good.
Well, let's talk about, because you mentioned that you're working out a little more. You're doing pretty good in terms of food. It shows. I want to say that first. It shows. There have been moments in the last couple of the last 6 months when we were doing reviews. You look tired a lot.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of hours at work too. That wasn't helping. That wasn't helping much at all.
Well,
and
okay,
go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was just saying, and that. So.
I also think that I've always had a lot of issues with sleep. Always my whole life. And it's not any better now. It's not much better. It's slightly better and such. I feel like when I go to sleep, I fall asleep very easy now. I didn't used to. I still wake up like absurd, like after a couple of hours every time, But like I think that I'm getting slightly better sleep now. It's not great. I'm still up early and stuff, but I do think in some respects my sleep is better. So I'm probably a little bit better rested. That might be.
Do you feel more relaxed? Let me phrase it like this. This is what I was feeling back when I was doing all of that. I felt a lot less lethargic.
I don't know if that might be the case. I know I certainly feel more motivated to do things like even
It's
like
very good.
well, I know even like if my wife like if she wants to go to like if she wants to go to a mall for whatever reason, I will say, all right, we go, but we gotta do 30 minutes walking, like no stopping at stores, just go, and we just circle the mall, up and down the stairs, and we go for 30 minutes, and then we can do the shopping. I just feel like especially now because it's so cold outside, it's going for walks outside is really really hard. It's very very cold. I only go outside.
What's your Brucey or Mr. Bruce Wayne? He needs his walkies, of course. So, what is the general? Because, like, for the last couple of weeks when you were show, is the temperature rising a little bit again, or is it still?
I mean, right now it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is I don't know, like minus 500 Celsius, I think.
You and your fucking 23 Fahrenheit.
20 Fahrenheit.
Oh, 20. Well, wow, those 3 degrees. 20 Fahrenheit to Celsius.
Minus 5.
Is minus 6.666667. So let's say somewhere in between. Yeah, man, you've been doing some workouts with some pretty brutal temperatures.
Well, I recently moved the bike inside last week.
That's what I was aiming for. So that means you can now exercise a little bit easier, more, longer.
Yeah, I don't know. My feet don't hurt as much. That's certainly true. But it's good. It might have to go back out to the garage though.
No.
Yeah, I mean it's because of we won't. I need to use that space for something else now. So we'll see.
And we can talk about this later if you want to.
Okay.
Privately. But
it's not that big a deal. Just
okay.
But once it hits like springtime, it'll be fine. Just right now, it's cold.
People spend too much time dieting and not too much time living. My grandma was 98 when he wants to say grandpa. When he died, he ate anything he wanted to. Triggers the way he honestly did because he always worked. He was a farmer. So that's the thing. It's a lifestyle. If you have a lifestyle, it's genetics. It has to do a little bit with it, but it's also a lifestyle. So you're right. The way you live.
Facts.
And if you have a job where basically you sit in a office from 9 to 5 every day and you don't exercise and you eat the same way that Joe's grandpa would, then that's not a healthy thing. And you're not taking care of yourself because you're only going to gain a lot of weight. And then you need to start working. And if you want to, Joe says not that much time living. Well, if you want to live, then you can't eat like that because you're going to die sooner. Those are the kind of people that, usually die.
But it also says I ate anything he wanted to. I mean, like he might have been eating like
carrots
reasonably. Well, I mean, who knows what he was eating, But at the same time, like he probably wasn't eating fast food. You know what I mean? Like he might have been eating a lot of bacon, might have been eating a lot of beef, but he probably wasn't sucking down, 2-liter bottles of soda. Probably wasn't eating Big Macs,
stuff like that. Yeah, there you go. This is one of the most interesting live streams we've done so far. It depends on what you're eating. How much of you are you eating it? Like it's okay to eat let's say it's okay to eat like steak. That's fine.
Of course.
But if you eat like 150-gram steak or a 500-gram steak, there's a difference.
Well, yeah, one of them you're a lot happier.
Yeah, you can figure out which one that is on your own. I'm not going to comment on that, but yeah, there's definitely a difference. I know which one makes me happier. One of them will make me happy. The other will make me happier.
We actually don't eat much steak here.
No, that's a lie. You're American. You always eat steak. You drink steak. We know this. You put steaks in everything. If you have
If we have
If
steak
you
in
have
this
like a
house,
glass of whiskey, you put a steak in it. We know this. It's a fact.
well, if we have steak in the house, it's like a dessert for us. Like we'll cook the steak. It's in the middle of a table. We just cut it up, and then it's like a social thing. We're grabbing pieces of it and just chatting. I haven't had like a steak dinner at home in years now. But we'll get like a steak. I mean, I've had steak dinners out restaurants. At home, no. We just it becomes like a social thing. It's
Huh.
yeah.
It's like this as
awesome.
well. A funny thing is, when you have like a social thing, I don't know about you, but sometimes I find myself snacking less when I'm with people and talking than when I'm by myself.
You snacked a lot.
You had some cheese, Bessie.
Go too good, fucker.
Penalty box. Penalty box, 5-minute silent timeout.
Case snacked the least.
Case is hardly
You
eating.
and I
No.
snacked a lot.
We snacked a lot. Gina and I snacked a lot. This is true.
I'm not in denial.
No, you're not Cleopatra?
Die dikke kont aan.
Denial? Denial? You
Ja, ik
did?
snap de grap wel, maar
Yeah, okay.
it ain't funny.
It is very funny. You were saying something, Mike.
No, Mikey, no.
Whoa.
You're so doof.
Just ignore them. That's what I do.
I don't think you do though.
No, I don't. I don't have a choice. I have to. I have to love these people. I have no choice.
Yeah, no. What I was saying is the steak thing here. Like, beef's getting too expensive here. It's way too expensive. So at this point, it's sort of like a luxury thing for us that, especially my brother, like at night, he just every once in a while just throws a steak in the cast iron or something, and it's he's getting really really good at cooking steaks anyway. So just we'll sit around with the piece cut up on on a cutting board in the middle of the table, and you have pieces. We throw pieces of the dog. It's like a social thing. It's not dinner anymore. Not for us anyway.
What's Canadian mist?
I think it's ginger ale. I think.
All right. Joe, what's Canadian mist? Let us know. No, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's what we were talking about. Like, the failure. Some people call it failure. Let's call it like that. Social events. You and your wife had some great food. You had some Wendy's. You called it a failure. I call it like you needed comfort food. You needed a pick me up. You needed that time together. You needed to be social. You needed to be.
Oh, you missed it. Oh, yeah, that is whiskey. That is true. Actually, my dad drinks that. I forgot about it.
Now that you mentioned it, like, I should have known this. No, yeah, but so that's the thing. You needed that social connection together, just hanging out, watching some TV, crappy TV. I think you mentioned that you watch some crappy movies.
No. She does. I don't watch anything crappy. She has the worst taste in everything, including men, apparently.
Wait, the original one with Manhunt, is that movie with that was based on the novel Red Dragon, right?
Manhunter? Yeah, it's Red Dragon. Yeah.
Oh, I like that movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Where'd that come from?
I thought you just said that she watched Manhunt and that it was bad. Did I?
No. Yeah, no. I said I don't watch anything bad. If it's crappy TV, she's the one watching it. She has bad taste in everything, including men, apparently.
Oh, men. We're not doing this. No. We're not letting you degrade yourself. Okay?
I'm fucking around. But no, she has terrible taste in television. Terrible. She watches like Friends and a bunch of terrible fucking American television.
But Friends is awesome. We like Friends.
Yeah, not me.
Oh.
That's what's awful. I hate it. I hate it with every ounce of my being and Bruce's being. I find it absolutely horrendous and unwatchable.
What's your favorite sitcom?
I don't know. I mean, like growing up, we watched a lot of sitcoms. But like they weren't good. Like Married with Children, like wasn't good. It was just,
In hindsight, you wish you had that life. This dude sold shoes for a living. Look at how he lived. Look at his house.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. But like I watched that, and I watched like that '70s show.
That 70 shows was awesome. MASH is
yeah.
good.
MASH, that's a great show. That was a
MASH
great
is
show.
awesome. I loved The Office. I loved How I Met Your Mother. Scrubs was awesome, except for the final season. We do not talk about the final season. There is no final season of Scrubs.
The final season had some okay stuff. That was one with wasn't that
The Teaching
wasn't it,
Hospital.
yeah, but wasn't it the one with that girl was the blonde girl would like have like hamburgers out to try to catch fat guys
Yeah.
and stuff like that?
Well, no,
yeah.
she didn't have hamburgers out, but she had this thing about fat guys. She was a Chevy Chaser.
Yeah, there was one where she pushed the hamburger across the table and said, "Let's see what I can get with this." That shit was funny as fuck. That was really funny.
That was good stuff. That was good stuff. Hello is amazing. Yeah. I'm not big on Family Guy or South Park. That's personal, but
yeah. As far as How I Met Your Mother, I liked the first few seasons. That show tanked pretty hard after that, though. The first few seasons were pretty funny.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose. I do like the fact that they're very on point. Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was good. That's some good shit. We are completely derailing here.
No, it's okay. We're talking about life here.
We're talking about life. That's true. We're talking about life. So, hey, in general, not talking about like food and whatever, and dieting and working out. How is your life?
Well, I mean, I start my new job in about 8 days.
Yeah.
So this coming week is my last week at my current job.
Wow. How does that feel?
Still scary. You know,
I get
I've been there about almost 9 years. You know, which but I'm hoping it's going to be okay. We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay.
I think that's a Seinfeld thing, isn't it? Seinfeld?
No soup for you? I think so. Or maybe he saw me snacking and he's like, because I mentioned soup earlier. I don't know. I think that's a Seinfeld reference for the soup guy.
But yeah, with starting a new job and ending this one, it's a little scary. Like I'm not. I mean, I don't know how well it's gonna go. I'm hoping it'll go well. But this last week,
of course, it's scary. I mean, you like your comfort zone. You've been living in a comfort zone for 9 years, and getting out of a comfort zone is pretty scary.
Well, I wouldn't even say it's necessarily a comfort zone, in such that I haven't enjoyed my job in kind of a long time. Although I did, for years, it was probably the best job I ever had. Just things somewhat changed. I'm not gonna kind of go into that, I guess, but I just haven't been happy. I just haven't been happy in a while. So, the last couple weeks, because I gave the company, generally in the United States, when leaving a job, it's good form to give your employer 2 weeks notice.
Mm-hmm.
I gave my boss 3 weeks,
I think that's decent.
And I also warned him like a month in advance that it's probably going to happen anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been just a tough time, sort of, to transition. This week I'm be working with the guy who's replacing me. That'll be tough because he currently has a similar job elsewhere in the building, and just gonna try to train him on what I do and how I do it, and wait for him to tell me that everything I do is dumb. We'll see.
I want to touch on something you just said.
Sure.
You just said something that's quite fundamental, really, and that's something that people find easy to admit or say. And I don't know if you were aware that you just said it out loud.
What was that?
And you've said it before, but you basically just out loud very easily admitted that you weren't happy.
No, I wasn't. No.
That's a big thing for people to like ask 9 out of 10 people, are you happy? And they're automatically will respond, yeah, I am. I mean, it doesn't matter if they are. They just don't want to admit they're not happy. Either because they don't want to confront it themselves, or they're too scared of opening up, or, you know, they're not even aware sometimes maybe that they're not happy. There's people out there who need years and years and years to suddenly look back on something and say, Like people with you with jobs or people in a relationship, they look back and they realize, holy shit, I wasn't happy. I thought I was, but in hindsight, I really wasn't. And it's you sort of glossed over that just now as if it was nothing, but you just admitted I'm not happy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not. I mean, I'm not. I think it's easy, and I'm certainly not. I'm not immune to it, but it's easy to sort of fool yourself, you know. But it got very, very obvious as far as, you know, and every single day you get home from work and you tell your wife says, "How's your day?" and you say it was horrible, and it becomes a thing that you, when you realize you said like every day for 6 months, and she doesn't want me to be unhappy. I mean, I assume she doesn't, and I don't want her to be with someone that's unhappy. It seems like a fucking chore. Who wants to listen to someone bitch about their fucking job every day?
Dude, been there, done that. It sucks. It sucks.
So, but having said that, like, you know, I'm living that, you know, and I put up with it for a long time because I have a mortgage. I had to, you know. I don't have that many transferable skills. It's not like the job I was doing, I was good at least somewhat. But it is a skill set that is only useful at that job. It's not useful anywhere else. At least directly. So like it wasn't like people were just beating down my door looking to hire me, you know. So I was stuck sort of doing this thing because otherwise I'd lose my house. So these other people,
it's the harsh, yeah. You got these fucking Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat and I don't know where the fuck they're hanging out, like influencers talking about, you know, chase your dreams, do whatever you want. If you're unhappy, change your life, make yourself happy. Like, bitch, are you still living in your mom's basement or something? Are you not doing anything? Are you that do you have so little responsibilities in your life that you really can just say, I'm gonna uproot myself and just, you know, fucking risk it all? And just, hey, if you're living alone and you want to fuck yourself over with a mortgage or whatever, go fucking go for it. But you got your life to take into consideration as well. You gotta let shit go on. You got your dog. Like, you got Brucey there. You can't just risk being unemployed and not being able to afford your house. And what the fuck is all that bullshit? So I fucking hate that shit. Talking about the scary, like, I had a job where I had like a steady income. I still have a steady income, but I had I don't know what the American phrase is for it, but I had like an unlimited contract. Like, I didn't have a contract for a year or like 2 years anymore. I was just basically employed without limit, without time set. You know, what's the phrase for that in America?
I mean, is that a thing? Like, when you get jobs, you have a contract?
When I get a job, I get a contract. The contract says, for example, we're going to start you out 6 months. If we like you again, if we still like you, we'll give you another 6 months. And then after so many times, they can't renew your contract. They either give you, that's the word, steady contract. They give you like a steady contract, or they have to let you go. And a steady contract is basically like time limitless. It means like we hire you now, and it means that in 2 years we can't just say, well, we're not going to renew your contract. You're hired. That's it. Endless time. If you want to go, if you leave this job, it means either because you want to go, or we're not happy with you and we need to negotiate some term of settlement where we can let you go and we need to pay for things, and you know. We're not happy with you.
There are jobs here that are contracted. It's just contractor jobs. We have those, but generally most jobs you're hired, or if you're maybe you can start as a temp, where you work sort of under sort of a contract. But once a company hires you,
you don't sign a contract with like the rules and stipulations on like what are you entitled to and what you're supposed to be doing.
You do, but it's not for a finite time. If somebody hires you, unless it's a contract job, which do exist, but they're not like super common.
Yeah, but that's what I meant. Like that's usually what you get. Like most of the times, it's like you get one of those after a year or after 2 years. First off, you start on like a limited contract. Like, for example, So like, we're gonna give you. I start my new job. I get like a 1 year contract. After 1 year, they're gonna go like, okay, let's evaluate. Do we want to keep you on? Do we not?
No, I mean
And-
like
Yeah.
that's not how any of my jobs have been. I go in, I sign, and then I'm hired, and that's the end of it.
Huh.
And if I suck, they get rid of me. It's just pretty easy, you know.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. That's the thing. If you get a contract here for like limitless, they can't just get rid of you. If they want to get rid of you, if let's say like Thomas, you've been working with us for 12 years now. You know, you didn't do anything unless I did something that was like really, really bad, like I really fucked something over. They can like fire me with. Usually, it's just like, let's say that like if we want to do something new, we want to let you go. I'm like, fine. What are you going to pay me?
Yeah, that's
That's
not really-
a very short explanation. It's a bit more complicated, but you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean. That's. I mean, not that. The United States is a little bit shittier with employees. I think that those things aren't really. I think like if you're a like executive, like those are things you can get like severances and shit, but or if you're like if you are like laid off, you can get severance, but a lot of times they just let you go and that's just the end of it.
Okay, funny, but that doesn't mean they have to pay. That's just somebody being silly. Of course you can, like, but
Yeah,
pour me
what?
some. No, get something and pour me something as well.
Yeah, okay, what?
Pick a beer, any beer.
Yeah, you're the good boss. What the?
Did you hear that? I'm the boss.
Which one?
Wow.
Who's the boss? As
Which
bitch.
one is next?
Can I just quickly? Do you want something barrel aged? Do you want like a sour?
Okay. We could do sour in between, and then the next.
So you want to do
And
like
what?
the boot, or do you want to do the homebrew one that I bought?
You choose.
This is the one. Where is it? It's on the counter there. It's the one. It's over there. We're picking a beer.
Sorry.
It's cool. It's the one with the. You don't have to say sorry. This is a fun thing. We're having fun. I hope so.
See, this here is actually kind of true. I do think people just want you to say you're good and move on, because
Mhm.
otherwise it becomes a conversation. I do think it sort of becomes something of just almost like
Mhm.
it's sort of small talk in a way that's kind of I don't know. I think people want to ask you how you doing. They want you to lie, and they just want
We
to get on with
usually
their
do.
day.
We don't want to admit. I mean, I know. I mean, I don't want to sound like an asshole. Jeez, do you have 2 seconds? I know that if somebody were to ask me right now, "Are you happy or not?" I'm not going to answer truthfully because I don't want to start conversations. I know there's things that I would love to say right now, and I don't want to. And I'm just not going to get into it. So I will lie.
It's a lot of times it's a longer fucking conversation than you need to have. Just be honest, like I do, and say I'm fucking terrible, and just keep walking. That's all I do.
Well, I got like 1 or 2 people that I talk about some stuff, and I mean you're one of them.
Yeah.
But mostly no, it's just I don't want to. Gusher?
Yes.
Wat is het voor spuitfluit?
Yeah, one of the beers is a Gusher. I figured as much.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sours.
yeah, it's a sour ale. It's a homebrew wild ale with Moscato grapes. It's
very wild.
It's very wild. Wild ale. Da, da, da,
Every
da.
time I have that
You
song
make
in
my
mind.
stomach wail. Da, 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 da.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, I applaud you for the fact that you're actually very comfortable in saying I'm not happy, and you're quite easy and open about it. I think
It's I don't know, man. Like this is what we're supposed to do here, right? We're supposed to be honest.
yeah, right. I'm not gonna be honest. I don't like honesty.
Right.
Honesty sucks. Honesty gets you in trouble.
My dog's having like a dream or a nightmare right now. He keeps shaking like he's
Aw.
running or something in his dream. Hey, puppy. Sorry, that was loud.
I really hope I get to cuddle that dog in like 5-6 months from now.
Okay, he's my buddy.
The keukenkastje. This is like one of the most chaotic streams we've ever done. Dat keukenkastje daar, pak maar. This is one of the most chaotic streams that we've ever done, by the way. I just wanted to say that. What happiness are we talking about? I'm happy for a job. Well done. Oh, there you go. What is happiness?
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, happiness is a core thing. I think it. I don't think there's anything that you can say is like. I mean, you can be generally happy, but you can be happy about things. Like, and I see what he's saying. Like there's just sort of like momentary, although valid happiness. Like, if if I help someone out, even just the little things. Like I was at a grocery store. This happens kind of a lot because for some reason people at grocery stores like to stack things very high on high shelves, and not everyone's that tall. And if someone says, "Hey, can you help me for a second? Can you give me that sugar or whatever is up on the top, and I can reach," and and they take it from your hand, they really thank you. You feel good about it. I mean, it's little things.
Isn't that awesome?
I didn't do it. Yeah, it's good to make someone else happy. It makes me feel happy. So I get what he's saying here, but I do think that there's something about just general contentment, general happiness.
General contentment.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, it's a How I Met Your Mother joke.
Oh, shut up.
Sorry,
Jesus.
I'll shut up.
No, no, he's like groaning because he's probably being loud. He wants to sleep.
This, by the way, I just mentioned that this is one of the most chaotic streams we've done, but this is also one of the most fun and real ones. I mean, they're all real, but real as in stuff is happening around us, and we're talking, and it's like it's just a hangout. It's just we're talking, and we're
eating cheese.
Eating cheese. Gina's eating cheese.
Oh, cheese is good stuff.
It's like a 2-year-old, like spicy, salty, crumbly.
What kind of cheese is it?
Like that hard. Yeah, it looks very pale here, but it's like delicious.
This one is very nice too.
They're both great. We got like sausages, we got olives, and it's just chaos here.
It's not.
It's fun.
Yeah. With Severe here's saying it's not generally like this in the United States. It like you can be hired on it's like a temp where you can just be kind of let go all willy nilly. But once a company hires you, like you're hired. It's not but a contract.
They can still fire you quite easily, right?
Yeah, I mean it depends. Like if you work at like certain kind of, in the way to say this is menial. I don't mean that, but like if you work for like a smaller company, they just let you go, fired, and that's it. There's not a whole lot. If you work with a place that they're with a kind of, there's an HR department and they're more worried about like public image and stuff, like then generally to fire you, you'd have to have like what we call a paper trail. Like if you've had screwed up a few times, have had to get written up a few times, have had a final warning, stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's like legitimate reasons. Here, let's say the company I would let's say my old job, the job I had before this, right? I worked there for 19 years. Let's say that at some point they were like, our revenue is going down, and in America, if the revenue is going down, companies will say, you know what, we'll just fire a few people.
Yeah, some places do that.
Yeah, because that means we have less money to spend on paychecks, right? You can't just do that in the Netherlands. If you want to do that, that's quite a lot of paperwork, legal work. Like you have to file like almost for bankruptcy, basically. That's what you'd have to do. You can't just say, you know what, we're firing you, so we don't have to spend as much money this month on the next couple of months on paychecks. You can't just do that. If you have that steady contract, that permanent contract, if you have that, they can't just let you go. That's the big difference here. It's very difficult.
I mean, like I said, there are jobs that you're contracted and stuff like that. But even those, the contracts will be written in such a way that like they can just let you go if they want. The onus, there's just not a lot of worker rights unless you're sort of an executive. As far as if you're like a laborer type or just small potatoes in a company, you're not very well protected. At least not in anywhere I've ever worked. Here's what it is.
The long story short, because we're almost near to an hour, and I don't want to make sure. Told you want to keep this one like within an hour. You are really making some big changes in your life.
I'm crying.
You're crying. You're really crying.
Oh no, my water bottle splashed water in my face.
I know, dude. I saw. It's a nice cheat to say that you're crying because you are crying. You get emotional.
Oh yeah. That's what
you get emotional when I say goodbye. The thing is, though, you're making some big choices and changes in your life, and you're on that road to happiness. And that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that we were talking about. Let's end on that. When you're on that road to happiness, you're going to fail. It's not going to be a perfect journey. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fuck up. Sometimes,
he's licking his balls.
Not so loud. I thought he was just scratching. No, now I saw. That's okay. Be honest, though. If you could, you would.
I don't know.
Depends on if I shaved and washed.
Well, I mean, I clean down there. I know what's going on.
True. Same. That was fucking weird. So you're going to stumble. You're going to fall. Things are going to go wrong. Sometimes you actually do it by choice and deliberately, like with a grin like that. And you deliberately say, I'm going to make a conscious decision to fuck up. Because I'm going to be happy if I do this. I want to be happy. I want to have that moment of that small moment of happiness with the junk food or the extra beer. Sometimes you're going to fuck up by accident. You make a wrong decision. It's going to happen. And you're going to have to deal with it. That's like what it's like what Joe just said. I've made too many mistakes in my life to be happy. Well, that's debatable maybe, but part of life is to deal with the choices you make. And if you are comfortable with the most of the choices, you can still be happy. If you made too many mistakes that don't make you happy, then okay.
I also think I think that there's truth to all this in such. I don't think that I don't think people can be just happy. But I do think I think people can be happier than not.
Do you remember that? You know who Bob Ross is, right?
Yeah, the painter. Yeah.
Do you remember he did that episode not long after his wife passed away?
I mean, Bob Ross. I remember when I was a kid. But he died. He died in the 90s, didn't he? Like 95.
Yeah. But his wife died at some point, and he did an episode not long after his wife died. He made a painting, and he was doing some clouds in here, and there's a little bit of gray, and there's a little bit of darkness in here. So it's like, we need the darkness. We need the darkness to appreciate the moments that are good. So we remember them more fondly. We're more aware of the good times, and we enjoy our happiness more when it's balanced out with some unhappiness. You can't be happy all the time.
Well,
to quote one of our favorite movies, it also can't rain all the time.
Can't rain all the time. Not a great movie. Great movie.
Fantastic movie, isn't it?
Great movie with the worst sequels ever. Jesus.
The third one had some fun moments. I still haven't seen the fourth one. I deliberately haven't.
That one has David Boreanaz in it, and Tara Reid, and Eric Furlong.
Yeah, there's one, two of the three just not belong here.
I think Danny Trejo's in that too. I think.
Danny Trejo's and everything. Danny Trejo's in Star Wars these days, man.
Yeah, let's see here. No, it's not. Dennis Hopper's in it though. Emmanuel Chikri's in it.
This is fucking great.
Tito Ortiz.
I do like. There is one thing that I. Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead. No, I
just wanted to say about the sequel. If you watch some of the deleted scenes and the way they wanted to go with it, they had some great ideas. Where at one point he makes, in the original ending, he makes the wrong decision and he has to basically stay on Earth as a half-dead ghost thing. And he doesn't go to heaven like in the original. But it also had Iggy Pop,
Like Iggy Pop. I'm down with Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop is good. It rains all the time in the state of Washington. And good day, Sam. Good day, dude. You just chimed in at the ending of this because we were rounding this one up. What is probably one of the most chaotic and weird live streams we've done so far. But are you okay with how things went?
Yeah, we're good. I got shit to do today, though. I gotta go get ready now. So.
All right, but do you feel okay? Do you feel okay with what we talked about? Are you like in a good place? And
oh yeah, certainly.
That means we did a good thing.
Well, we did.
Right. We did. You did.
Nah, it's all good, man.
It's all good, man. You did a good thing. You're on the right track. You're on the great right track. You did. You accomplished your training goals. You did pretty damn good when it comes to eating. And somebody here just said that he likes gingers, so that's good. And
like redheads or ginger the food?
Je bedoelt je roodharige?
Hadden we gingerbeer en daardoor kwamen we wel op gingers.
Redheads.
Redheads.
Yeah, redheads.
Respect.
Respect. It was a fun ride, man. It was fun. I'm gonna wait for dinner. I'm gonna have some more beer. Gonna have some more snack food. I'm gonna hang out with my friends here. And unless something comes between, I'm guessing I'm gonna see you next week.
Yep. Let me know how that way back goes.
I will definitely will. It should be good. And my buddies here say hello and cheers to you.
Cheers.
They say toodaloo, and we'll see each other soon. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.